So, 5 years ago, a little thing called the Nintendo Switch was released in 2017. I luckily was able to get it on launch. I even made a video about it, unboxing the thing. I was there at the midnight release. And yeah, it was very interesting. And I'll definitely say that my experience with the Switch, it's been okay. My thing with this console is that I don't really get other Nintendo consoles. It doesn't really have the Nintendo charm that the Wii U would have or the 3DS. And that's something that I kind of like, I think they could have done better. But I guess it appeals to a bigger audience then, because some people just think, oh, it's too childish, it's Nintendo. But I think that's what kind of makes Nintendo consoles better for me. But still, that doesn't really take away from the consoles too much if the games are still good. And the games they're good, but they're not always, let's just say, always brilliant. So yeah, today's video, I'm just gonna go through my experience with the Switch and what I've kind of done with it in the past 5 years. So right now I have the second Switch game that I bought, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I just have that in the Switch right now. But my first game that I got was this. I can't open it, but yeah, Breath of the Wild. That was an amazing game, the best Switch game in my opinion. I didn't 100% it because 100% Breath of the Wild is, that's not a really easy task, but I say I finished like 80% of it, finished the main story and stuff. But yeah, that's a Switch game that everyone should play, and it's what I think all Switch games should really look up to. But if I go to this now, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, this was a great idea for a port. And it's nice that it's been here since the start, but it's really annoying that we're only getting DLC for it now, and we're not even getting a new Mario Kart yet. So yeah, that's not very fun. But the Switch also offered an online service, which I'll delve into in the next few minutes. But yeah, like my Switch library isn't that interesting. It's very basic. If I go into the software here. I played a lot of Tetris 99, I played a bit of Super Mario Bros. 35 until I was discontinued. And yeah, like I'm mostly just Pokemon and Mario. Which, by the way, I don't like Pokemon on the Switch. I don't think any of the games are really that fun. I love Pokemon Platinum, and Brilliant Diamond just didn't do it for me. Which is, yeah, this is my problem with the Switch. It's just like one of the mainstream franchises, there we go, isn't really that fun to me personally, which is kind of sad. And Mario for me on this console, it's still very good in a lot of ways, but there's some bits that I just don't like. I don't really like Mario Maker 2. I got really sick of it after a while, and I'll show you how many hours I played of it. So actually I'll show you this first. This is my friends list, but now I don't know all these people personally because this is all from past streams that I've done before. So viewer levels, Mario Kart. I think I did have more than this. Maybe some people unadded me, but yeah, a lot. It's not too many, but still. But anyways, this is my profile. You could add me if you want to. But basically, I played a bit of Animal Crossing, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That was a big one for me during 2017 summer. Mario Party Superstars, I thought I would have played that a bit more, but I think there needs to be a few more boards for me to get fully invested. As you can see, Pokemon didn't interest me. I'll talk about these in a sec. But yeah, 3D All-Stars, I played that far more than I should have, but that's because it has three of the best Mario games pretty much. Minecraft, yeah, you can play Minecraft on other consoles in a better way. Odyssey, I didn't like Odyssey when I first played it. I thought it was really overrated, but yeah, it was it grew on me. I love Bowser's Fury. That's the only reason why I bought that. Pokemon Unite, I did not really like that at all. And Let's Go Pikachu, I hated Let's Go Pikachu. I just thought it was so boring. I didn't like it at all. Smash Bros, I could safely say that Smash Bros I would have played it for another 1,000 hours if I loved the Smash Bros franchise, but I just don't really like fighting games. But I could tell you that it's a good game. It's a good game unlike this. I don't think Mario Maker 2 is a good game. It's just really sloppy, boring. And yes, I know I have so many hours on it. That's just because I'm sick of it. I played it for so long. I think it is my most played Switch game. Hang on. Yeah, unfortunately, I think it is. YouTube, yeah, YouTube is easy to get watch hours up on. Yeah. For some reason, there's no Breath of the Wild, which is strange. But yeah, whatever. And yeah, I haven't actually downloaded the Switch Online and no Switch Sports thing. Should probably check that out. Anyways, so now let's get into the Switch. Enough about me and my experience with games. Let's actually get into what the Switch can do. So we'll do this at the end. First of all, if you opened your Switch brand new in 2017, you had a blank menu here with 6 options here, and one of those was news. This is kind of like, it's kind of pointless. Like, it's very pointless. Like, the internet is far more better for this type of stuff. But it's nice to have here. I think it's a nice thing to just kind of look at. Like, if you look at this. It's not loading. That's fun. Okay, but yeah, that's the booster course pack. Yeah, it's like very simple design, nothing special. Well, I think it's a nice little addition to the menu. Makes it, let's say, just slightly less boring. You can follow channels of some specific games. Yeah, it's nice to have. Pointless, but yeah, it's a nice addition. All right, eShop. So here's one problem I have with the Switch. So earlier on, I said that it lacks the Nintendo charm, and this definitely lacks it. God, look how bland this is. Like, no music, nothing. Just kind of gets to the point, which is fine. It's fine. I rather this than it not to function properly with music. But like, why can't you just have music as well? Yeah. It's not. I guess it's not a proper complaint, but still, I thought it would have been a nice feature. But yeah, the Switch eShop. I never really went on to here. I buy all my games physically now for the Switch. Yeah. Again, like, if this had some fun music, maybe it would attract me more to the eShop, and like, yeah, it would make me want to like go through the categories. But no, it's just kind of bland. It's just like, it feels just like some Microsoft Xbox menu. Yeah, it's just boring. Like, compare this to the 3DS and Wii U. Like, those are just really enjoyable just to skim through, especially the 3DS. Looking at all the trailers and stuff. This is just, yeah, meh. But it works. It works fine. I never really had any proper complaints with it. Yeah, it's okay. It does the job. It's just super plain. So for the next console, I hope Nintendo kind of goes back to their roots. That probably won't happen because of the success with the Switch, but yeah, it's interesting enough. So yeah, I wish they would change the eShop a bit more. Alright, album. I think the album's a fun addition. It's very convenient to start stuff, so what you do is you just, there you go, you hit the capture button. Also, sorry if you hear a banging noise in the background, stuff is happening next door. But yeah, the album, it's a very nice addition actually. As you can see here, this is probably my first playthrough of Bowser's Fury. And yeah, it's like it's a nice little way to capture like quick little moments, and the capture feature and all. That's really nice. As you can see, I had some fun with my Odyssey's capture. Yeah, it's a nice addition. What that happened there? Is this like a clutch tiger? Ah, it is. Oh, nice one. It doesn't say the date, does it? Oh wait, no, it does. 2020. Jeez. It's on a micro SD card as well. But yeah, I like the the album thing. It's a really cool feature for the Switch. Oh yeah, that's a screenshot one day. Literally had PewDiePie in the news tab. A lot of Stardew Valley stuff here. Someone asked me to do this during a stream. I was testing. I thought this was so cool. So this is when I first played Breath of the Wild. I was just playing on the handheld, and yeah, got that screenshot. Thought that was very nice. Yeah, the album. It's a nice little feature, and it's definitely. I definitely think it's more useful than the news tab. Yeah. Anyways, controllers. This is done quite well, I think. If you just want to change grip order, you just kind of hit the triggers at once. There you go. It's done better than how the Wii U did it. The Wii U was very difficult to connect controllers to. So yeah, I definitely like the Jeez, that is a loud vibration. But yeah, and the Wii U is inferior to the Switch when it comes to that, I think. Right, system settings. As you can see here, it's very it's very simple again. No fun music. Like I do prefer, again, I think Nintendo could have just done a bit more effort. Like I know they say okay, it doesn't matter, it's just settings, but compare this to the 3DS. 3DS just had music for everything, gave everything personality. It gave the internet good music. Like, how do you do that? I don't know. But yeah, that's Nintendo for you. Yeah. Also, it's stupid. Jeez, that's so bright. It's stupid that they don't really have more teams. That's another thing that it lacks. The Wii U didn't have that, sure, but at least it had a cool menu. The 3DS had teams all over the place. This, yeah, it's just black or white, and you can change that with modding, but it really should just be an official thing. I also wish they would cram the Mii's in a bit more. There. I wish that was more of a fundamental edition. But yeah. And then sleep mode, obviously. Oh yeah, you can turn off the Switch from your controller. You can only put into sleep mode, which I never really had a problem with because like I just turned it on later on that day. But if you actually want to turn it off, you'll need to go over to the system and like hold the power button, which is, yeah, that could have been fixed, but it's not too bad. Alright, finally, Switch Online. So this one was added a while ago. I think around the same time as the Switch OLED model releasing. And I haven't actually checked out this page ever since the new profile thing came in. And it's not wanting to load. Is it going to work? Oh, there we go. Okay, so I've been using Switch Online for that long. Jeez. So I have no idea what I'm doing here. Okay, so yeah, I can make my own custom profile picture here, which people were praising a lot. Yeah, it's pretty cool, I guess. But you were able to do that, like in some degree. Like look at my profile picture. So yeah, that's a nice little feature that they added. That could have been there since the start, but yeah. Yeah, then they have all these stupid smartphone apps. Meh, I don't know why they do that. So now here we go. Here's where here's some parts I hate and love about the Switch. So I really like the NES and SNES Online. I rarely had any problems with it. Then again, how do you mess up that? Like you can't really mess up the SNES or NES Online services. And it kind of tells you it tells you when wait, was that released? No, that wasn't. I think that's when the 2015 English version was brought over, or was released, or translated, or whatever. But yeah, this tells you when each game was released. And so that's cool. So this is for 20 quid a year alongside your online services. No voice chat, which has been annoying. But for NES and SNES Online, yeah, it's I think that's a pretty good deal for 20 bucks. Now, I don't believe that, even though I love N64, I don't believe that N64 Online is worth $50 or euros a year. That's too much. Because first of all, some games are just completely glitched. Ocarina of Time is a big one. A lot of the fog is just not there. Emulation problems. Nintendo was just too lazy to kind of faithfully bring it over. So yeah, again, fan emulators are just ahead of them. And also another thing, you have to play the European versions of a lot of these games, which is also a very nice touch. Did Mario 64 release 3 days after the N64 in Europe and the US? That's weird. But yeah, that's it's kind of Switch Online. Like if I go into the service here, I'll just load up NES. So I can't remember if this was 2018 or 2019. I think it was 2018 this was released. I might be wrong. Oh, there we go, Earthbound Begins. So yeah, I think it is a mess. Look at this. Yeah, it's very blocky, but like games function fine. Obviously, like Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, like I don't mind playing this on a Pro controller. It's a bit too dark. I think the original was a bit brighter. But yeah, like it functions fine. It's a nice way to play the games. Like I actually own a SNES, and I much rather just play the SNES games on this service. It's just more convenient, and I also rather play it over the SNES Mini. But yeah, it's a nice little way to play Super Mario Brothers and any other really NES game that's on the service. One thing they do struggle with though, which is very stupid, is porting over games. At some point, like it took like 3 months for them to bring over one. I don't even know if all the Donkey Kong Country games are on the SNES Online. They might be, but yeah, I'm not too sure. But yeah, that's SNES Online. Yeah, what's it? I kind of like these services. For 20 quid. If these were 30, I'd be a bit more skeptical. But yeah, for 20, I think it's a fair enough deal. Now, my biggest complaint with the Switch, I'll say, is I just don't think the content, especially for Mario stuff. Now, I'm not much of an RPG fan. Like Pokemon is literally only the RPG series that I would play. But something like Xenoblade, I tried it. I wasn't into it. If I was into that, yeah, I'd probably like to Switch a bit more because I might have a few more options. But when it comes to Mario, literally hasn't been that good recently. Like 3D All-Stars, yes, it's a great way to play the games, but that doesn't disguise the fact that it was just so lazy and no effort was really put into it. And yeah, like Bowser's Fury, that was the last Mario game, which was a year ago, and it wasn't even a full Mario game. So it's nearly been 5 years since the last full 3D Mario game, and it's been 10 years since the last fully original 2D Mario game. So I'd like to see Nintendo release more Mario stuff. That's not Strikers, because Strikers honestly looked really bad, I think. That's just I think that might be an unpopular opinion, but I played the original. I love the original, but that new art style just doesn't look that good. And yeah, like that's just how I see a lot of Switch games. Mario Kart 8 seems to be like a game they put far more effort into than something like I don't know, something like let's say Aces, Super Rush combined. Like, and sure, Mario Kart's more of a staple, but still, I believe that Nintendo's is so lazy with the Switch at some points, and that's why it's not my favorite console from Nintendo. But yeah, I don't really know what else I could say about the Switch. Like, yeah, it's still really stupid that friend codes are still here. You can add people through Facebook. Oh, cool. But yeah, friend codes, like, that is meh, stupid. So a lot of improvements can be done with their next console, because I think they'll keep onto the Switch for at least another 3 years, which is unfortunate because I don't think the Switch is that good. Being able to bring it around wherever you want, yeah, that's really cool. And it's quite flawless in a lot of ways. But Switch ain't perfect, so if I had to give it a thing out of 10, it'd be about 7 to 8. Because there is a lot of good features, probably more good features than bad. But yeah, that's all I can really say about the Switch. And maybe to close this video off, let's play some Wario's Woods.